Yo, it's Toki time. How's it going, everybody? It's time for more Ace Attorney Investigations 1 Case 5. There's so much like additional context to it. Ace Attorney. What was it? I wanted to say parentheses for some reason. Colon Investigations 1 Case 5. How's it going, everybody? Welcome, welcome, Colton. Welcome, Cosmic. Welcome. How's it going? Yesterday, I didn't have Thanksgiving. How did the Americans have Thanksgiving? How was your Thanksgiving yesterday? I like totally forgot. I totally forgot it was a thing, so I was just like, oh, I'll schedule my stream as normal, and then I realized that it was supposed to be Thanksgiving yesterday, so I was like, well, might as well reschedule just to make sure that people come, because I know that people like have family stuff all the time. Like sometimes there's mandatory family stuff, but you know. You're from Canada? OMG! That's awesome. Oh, 1 second. So I got bubble tea today. But I think I accidentally ordered the wrong size. You would not believe how huge this thing is. It's like you need both hands to wrap all the way around the cup. It's humongous. So I just have this big thing of bubble tea that I'm probably gonna be sipping on all night. Boop. Give me 1 second. Tasty. Okay, so Ace Attorney, what happened last time? What happened last time? Oh yeah, okay. So what happened last time was, we're finally back to the actual story. We're finally back to like the main plot of the game, which is investigating, number 1, the smuggling ring. Number 2, the Yatagarasu, who broke into Edgeworth's office. I don't think they did the murder, but they like broke into Edgeworth's office, stole evidence from the case from 610, a bunch of years ago, which I guess we don't have anything for yet. And in order to catch the Yatagarasu, who is, what's her face? I keep forgetting her name for some reason. Callisto Yu. We think that Callisto Yu is coming here to the embassy of, do I have the evidence for this? The embassy of 2 different countries, which, oh god, it's so complicated. Like, the entire first half of this case was discovering the insane complexities of the setup because it's so contrived. It's so contrived to be like an obvious setup for some insane murder. So like, the story of the setup of the case is that like 7 years ago, there was one country called Codopia, which I still hate as a name, and a murder happened at the one embassy, and in those 7 years, the country was divided into Alabast and Babal. So now there are 2 countries sharing one embassy building. And I already know that something really dumb is gonna happen because they mentioned the phrase extraterritorial rights in big bold letters. And I think I've actually heard that phrase like memed, but I didn't understand the context, and I guess it's gonna happen here. But like, this guy was murdered in one side of the embassy, which obviously means that we have to prove it was done on the other side, or the criminal's gonna get away or something. But that's actually surprisingly it. There's more backstory to the case than the actual murder. The actual murder is just, oh yeah, wait. So the murder victim is like the murderer from, oh god, okay. So in the previous case, it's so complicated because it's like a staircase of cases. Like, in order to talk about this case, we have to talk about the last case. And in the last case, that case revolved around a case that was going to be about another case. Or no, it was more like, okay, because, oh God, it's so dumb. Because there was like a prosecutor that got murdered and they had to pass the case on to Edgeworth. But then there was also a case from 3 years ago that was relevant. And now it's 10 years ago because that case was 7 years ago. It's so complicated. But this guy is like, the suspected murderer and leader of the big bad smuggling ring. So like the quote unquote big bad guy is already dead. That's the setup to this case. The murder victim is the bad guy. And we have to find out who the bigger badder bad guy is. Generic evil businessman. Kind of. Like he literally had like 2 lines of dialogue. So like he is a generic evil businessman. But the cool thing about it is he was set up, it appeared like they were setting him up to be the villain. Because he was the villain of the case from 10 years ago. And they weren't actually able to catch him. So like the way they set it up, it made it seem like he was gonna be the big bad, and now he's the first murder victim, and now we have to catch who murdered him. Also happening here, it's so contrived. So in addition to this entire embassy thing, we also have the Steel Samurai event going on. They brought their tokusatsu warrior to do like a meet and greet in costume, and we got an autograph apparently. Also, Edgeworth's a huge Steel Samurai fan. But like, that's also a part of this case, and I have no idea how that's going to actually have anything to do with it. We also have the knife. So the thing about the knife, let me check my Mind Palace. Franziska, oh yeah, Franziska's here. This isn't really relevant. But like, I think the knife is gonna be something interesting because like the knives are supposed to have removable handles, and the knife here is like, oh, look at this handle. It signifies that it's from this embassy. Yeah, she's here. The reason Franziska's here is because she is working together with Interpol. Reminder, Interpol is in this game. Interpol being this lady, Sheena, who is the assistant to, I guess we don't have him right in our profiles, but Agent Lang, who comes from the Republic of Shengfa, which is a fictional version of either China or Taiwan or something, like a Chinese-speaking region. So they're here, and also Franziska is working on that case too, which is why she's also here, and also why we're allowed to investigate. Because the only reason we're allowed to investigate here is because we're working with Franziska. Because if she wasn't here, Sheena said she was gonna bar us from investigating the crime scene because this takes place in the embassy. Reminder, an embassy counts as a different country. So it's quote unquote an international incident. But since Franziska's working on the case, we get to do this. And last time we ended off just getting all the evidence. Oh yeah, there was one thing I had to investigate. We're almost done the evidence. I'm gonna investigate this, and then we're gonna immediately start our argument. So we're starting off on like a high note. We're immediately jumping into the argument. Okay. Also this guy. This guy is sussy. He's like one of the ambassadors, one of the 2 ambassadors. And we haven't seen the other one yet. He's the ambassador of Babal. He loves giving out coupons. OMG. He's also like weird and sussy. Because this is a national treasure, can I ask that you please not touch it? I'm afraid the only ones allowed to touch it are myself and the Secretariat. Also, they have like a secretary and a secretariat, which apparently they consider 2 different positions, but I was confused because that's, I thought he meant secretary, and it turns out they just decided it's another position. But like, if you Google it, it just refers to the horse.
Hold it!
Hold it? But there is a possibility that it is related to the murder. Wouldn't you agree? Hey, Mr. Edgeworth, why don't we give up for now? We can force them to let us investigate it later when we find some solid proof. I suppose I don't have a choice here. This must be one of the Primidu statues.
Oh yeah, this was also another element to this case, was like, both countries have a copy of the Primadou statue. There's supposed to only be one. Only one of them is real and the other one is counterfeit, and we don't know which one it is. That's like the thing. That's like baked into the setup to this case.
Is it just me? Or does this man look like my favorite television show character, the Steel Samurai? They could be twins.
Babal's Primadou statue, both countries claim to own the real one. Nat's treasure. That's because they didn't have enough characters to spell national. Only Amb and Secretariat can touch it. Remember, this was a DS game, so they just ran out of characters. Ambassador and wait, I can like inspect this, right? I mean, I can't touch it, but I can look at the photo. I feel like there's so much. Oh, there's so much. This is the last case of the game. This is case 5, and I don't think it's gonna carry over into the next game. So it's gonna be like the most complex one. It's insane. There's just so much setup. Also, oh god, this is another part of the setup. Now that I'm looking at the statue, I'm noticing one element of it. One sec, I'm adjusting my microphone. I'm not sure if you can hear it. This is another element of the setup. Where can I see this? Okay. So the two countries, these are the two flags. These two countries, since they used to be one country, their flag used to have the two symbols. This is gonna be important. So we have two symbols. One of them is the flower symbol, okay? And one of them is the butterfly symbol. But they used to have two symbols together, so they used to have the flower and the butterfly symbol. And a related piece of evidence is this. So this knife was used in the previous murder, okay? In the last case from 7 years ago. And it has both this, oh god. Every time I move my mouse on the screen and also move this around with my controller, it starts lagging. I think it's because this is in control. But we have the flower symbol and also the butterfly symbol on the same knife. That's how you know this was from 7 years ago when they were both one country, because they're both on the same knife. And looking at this image, one thing I'm noticing is that the Primadou statue only has the flower symbol on it. Like, the butterflies are on the stand, but the statue seems to just be it. And I think that's going to be relevant later. Because the Primadou statue, I think, is probably supposed to be from when they were only one country. Which means, I don't know. Either this is fake, or I'm just wrong. That's my assumption right now. Anyway, that's all the evidence. We're finally done with all the evidence, and now it's... Is it time to... Oh, I don't know how to start the argument. I think I might have to present something to Franziska. Present!
Ms. Von Karma, what do you think of this piece of evidence?
I don't care. Why are you showing it to me? This is just my line of dialogues that I give you if you don't have the correct evidence. Why you stop showing it to me? Don't show me your irrelevant evidence.
A simple, I don't have any thoughts about that would have sufficed.
What about this? Would you mind not I think I got this dialogue. Would you mind not- Stop pointing that at me! I don't like it! You already showed me that evidence. Stop showing it to me. You already showed me this one too. They're both knives, so they make me very scared. What about this? It appears that he died of a stab wound. Ah! Whoever did this had a lot of nerve. I just can't fathom who could have killed... What could have led the killer to turn a knife against a man?
And I just can't fathom what the prosecutor lashing out with her whip is thinking.
Stop hitting me, please. Do you see this? Look at my autograph that I got.
What do you think of this?
I don't care about the Steel Samurai. It's dumb. That show is dumb. I don't like it. It's for little babies. What am I missing here? Because this is the only thing that's not checkmarked, which means there's something I need to present to Franziska, I think. Yeah. But I presented all my evidence. Oh, I guess we can probably connect these. I don't know, for some reason I didn't think they were connected. It just didn't occur to me for some reason.
To steal your dirtiest secret. Is it possible that the dirty secret the Yatagarasu was about to steal is in this very room?
Dirty secret? Are you talking about something dirty? You should get your mind out of the gutter, Miles Edgeworth.
Franziska, that's not what I'm talking about. You're in pursuit of some dirty, underhanded dealings yourself, are you not? Something tells me that this is no coincidence.
In that case, then, the person I'm looking for is here in the Bubbly's embassy, huh? The head of the smuggling operation.
I think I just might need to ask Franziska about her smuggling case. I might need to use this new dialogue I just unlocked.
Come at me with your new dialogue. We didn't continue the conversation, but I have new dialogue for you.
Franziska, when we last talked, you said that you were on the trail of a smuggling ring. I suppose the reason you are here right now is related to that?
Yes. I can't believe you remembered. That was so many cases ago.
It was like yesterday.
Oh, I forgot. We did so many flashbacks. After analyzing the intel we've gathered from various countries, this embassy rose to the top of our list of sites to investigate. And this is what tipped us off.
This accounting document?
Oh yeah, I guess this was a piece of evidence we had. Oh, we don't have it. Awesome. But we saw it earlier. It's just in another language. It's only one page. Oh yeah, no, wait. Wait, where did we see this? We don't have it. But what we saw was there were a total of 3 pages, but one of them was missing. And I guess this is the page that was missing. It's only one page of the whole thing, so we're not sure about all the details. However, it's enough for us to grab onto the tail of the beast. For you see, this type of paper was made only in the
It's pronounced Principality, Francis.
Shut up! I know how to say it! I know English! It's my second language! Stop making fun of me! The Principality of Cordopia. Which means that somewhere in the countries of Alabaster and Babal is the head. The one pulling the strings behind the entire smuggling ring.
That's Franziska for you. She's amazing, pursuing this case with all she has.
Is that it? Do I have to investigate this again? Because I think that might have been where I saw it. I think this was it, wasn't it? Yeah, okay, this is where I saw it, but I didn't have the evidence for it. And now that I'm realizing, we do have a deduce button. I think I can just do that.
Eureka! Remember that voice line? Take a good look at these documents, Franziska.
It says that there are 3 pages in total, and yet there are only 2 here.
Correct. Now take a look at the smuggling activity document in your possession. Tell me, is it not possible that your page was taken from this set of 3?
Well, it certainly looks that way.
By recognizing that numbers are the same across 3 pieces of paper, by putting our multi-part puzzle together, we seem to have arrived at an answer. And it seems that you have now found what you were looking for.
Yes, and with this, it has become crystal clear that Mr. Cochin himself was responsible for the mass smuggling of Bubbly's ink. Was that really all that was? Wait, was the entire build-up to the smuggling just around ink from one country? Didn't this say something? Oh yeah, it also has the detail about 3 finely crafted knives, one of which is the murder weapon. Yeah, I remember it said Codopian paper. Bubbly's ink. Is this really the entirety of what the smuggling ring is about? It's about paper and ink, and also I'm now realizing it's gonna be this is gonna be something really dumb. Because we have a 3-piece document, and I feel like there's gonna be like a forgery or something, and we have to prove that maybe the ink is real Bubbly's ink. or the paper is the right paper. I can just look at that. Awesome. I love reading languages that I don't understand. Do you think they actually like made a language for this? Do you think this is just in English, but they just wrote random characters on it? Like, they just replaced the characters, so if you wanted to, you could translate it.
Bobbly's ink.
Bobbly's ink is a special product of the Republic of Babal. However, due to some unknown special reason. Due to a special reason? That's such a dumb word. Due to a special reason, only a limited volume is ever exported.
Hold it! And why did
you yell at me, Miles Hedgeworth? I'm about to tell you. That's classified. I lied. I wasn't going to tell you. That's classified. It's on a need-to-know basis, and you don't need to know. In any case, it seems that the head of the smuggling ring was our victim, Mr. Manny Cochin.
His base was in an embassy, thus it was hard for both our country and his to interfere, making it the ideal conditions under which to run a smuggling operation.
But it's so frustrating. I lost the person I was to rain judgment down upon with my whip of justice.
Well, even if he is dead, we still have a responsibility to look into his misdeeds.
You expect me to whip a dead man? Well, I'm not interested. I don't want to beat a dead man. I want to beat a dead horse. Oh no, my bubble tea is spilling. For some reason, it's like all spilling out of the top.
Franziska, you must know that Manny Cochin was the suspect in the KG-8 incident.
Of course I know. On top of being the head of the smuggling ring, there is the matter of what really happened in that case that needs to be resolved.
Investigation complete. I did it.
And now we get to jump into our argument. Are you done investigating? You realize now, don't you, that this girl is the only one it could be. Oh yeah, also we have to save Kay Faraday. Our partner and a person who claims to be the new great thief Yatagarasu. She's being accused, but obviously it wasn't her. Obviously. Ah! Now, come along quietly, Yatagarasu. Kay Faraday. You are under arrest for the murder of Manny Cochin. Mr. Edgeworth! Please, you have to believe me! I didn't do it! I chased the fake Yatagarasu in here! And he was already... You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you. You are Interpol. I don't think you read them the Miranda rights if you're in Interpol, do you? Isn't that only like a United States police thing?
Hold it! Hold it? I'd like to help you reduce the number of mistaken arrests Interpol makes.
What is that supposed to mean?
I believe I told you that Kay Faraday is not the culprit of this crime.
Very well. I suppose I have no choice. I'll show you just how foolish you... That's my catchphrase. You can't say that. Only I'm allowed to call people foolish fools. You know that, right? I'll show you just how foolish your claims are. I love her, like... What color would you say that is? Like, wine red eyes? I like her wine red eyes. Even your police confirmed that the Yatagarasu infiltrated the Babalese embassy tonight. Utilizing the confusion caused by the fire, the Yatagarasu snuck into this embassy. Furthermore, this girl claims to be the Yatagarasu. And most importantly, other than her, there was no one else in here with the body.
Your reason for sussing Kay is because you think she is the Yatagarasu?
Exactly. But it isn't just me. She calls herself the Yatagarasu. Look, how many times do I have to tell you? I was only out to capture the fake Yatagarasu. There's two different, oh yeah, that was like another detail that we like found out at the end of the last case was the Yatagarasu has 3 legs because it's the ancient mythological Japanese 3-legged crow. The Yatagarasu has 3 legs, so I'm pretty sure there are like supposed to be 3 people acting as the Yatagarasu. One of them was Kei's dad. I'm pretty sure one of them was Kei's dad. I think that we never definitively found out that that was true, but I'm pretty... Oh, no, wait, she did say. She did say she found like his hidden library or something that had all his stuff where he was like, I'm the Yatagarasu. So we know that he was one part of the Yatagarasu. We know that Callisto U was the second one. And I think there's like a missing third person whose name we don't know, who is also a Yatagarasu. So that's a thing. We have like 3 birds running around and we only know 2 of them. One of them is Kei. The other one is Callisto U, who we haven't seen in 10 years or 7 years. Imposter! I still need an Among Us sound. Imposter or not, it matters not. A Yatagarasu is a Yatagarasu. I like this sprite. Like her slightly up-tilted head. She's looking down on you.
Very well, then I shall prove that Kei is not the Yatagarasu who killed Mr. Manny Cochin.
Go ahead and try. Show me what the prosecutors of this country are made of.
Rebuttal.
I guess. Snuck into this embassy. I guess that's technically... I don't think there are any immediate contradictions that come to mind for any of these statements. I think this might be a press. So I think I want to press this one and the last statement. I think those are my 2 susses so far. Because the other 2 don't really mean anything. That's just things that are the truth.
The confusion caused by the fire. Are you saying that the Yatagarasu was not the arsonist who started the fire?
A sus person in a long coat was spotted in the area. Officers in the area claim to have seen that person start the fire.
It sounds like we have a phantom in our midst.
Oh no, don't mention the phantom. He's not until the next next mainline game.
Yeah. In a way, he could be considered a phantom with the way he randomly appears on the other side of the screen.
I guess that wasn't relevant. I think this is my only sus press right now.
I really don't think that being the first to discover the body makes her the killer by default.
No, but if you saw the self-reported Yatagarasu standing in front of a body, wouldn't you get a little sus yourself?
Gnurk! Even so, I'd still listen to what that person had to say before I passed judgment.
Ha! Are you talking about yourself in those times when you were under sus?
I think the pain of being falsely accused is something you really should experience. I personally know that feeling really well, sir.
Given my situation, I now know exactly what it's like too. I'm fine. I don't want to be accused. Please don't accuse me of murder. I don't want to do that. I'll just trust you on this one. Are you done with your little group conference? It's so funny how we have like a 4-person team right now. Like, I don't think we've ever had a group, a protagonist group this big in an Ace Attorney game. Like, I think at most in the mainline games, you get Phoenix, Maya, and Pearl. And that's like the biggest team you have. We have like 4 people here.
So, Agent Shina suspects Kei of murder simply because Kei is the Yatagarasu. But if I can prove the Yatagarasu's goal is not related to murder, then I may be able to begin to reason with her.
Okay. It might be I need to press one of these other statements to get a... Because I think I know what Edgeworth wants. he wants me... I think he wants me to imply the Yatagarasu came here to steal something, except I don't have the calling card that the Yatagarasu sent. So I don't know how I'm gonna prove that. I guess I press.
Hold it! They may have confirmed it, but are you telling me that no one could catch the thief? If so, you're basically admitting that the Yatagarasu that committed murder eluded us.
Yeah, of course. I chased after the Yatagarasu that entered the Babalese embassy right away. And that is also why I'm making this arrest right now. Because at the end of my long chase, there was only this girl.
Go!
In any case, this is what I believe happened tonight. Give me this one.
Hold it. Just because she calls herself that, it doesn't prove that she is a killer.
No, but it does give her a motive. The Yatagarasu sent a card saying, "I will be there to steal your dirtiest secret." I think this might be it. Furthermore, there are documents pertaining to some smuggling activity in this room. She obviously wanted to steal them. So she killed Mr. Cochin for the key.
I see. Her logic is very sound, but I expected nothing less of Agent Lang's secretary. However, that statement just now should be added to the testimony.
Do I say she wanted to steal documents, but oh wait, she killed Mr. Cochin for the key? I mean, this is the key. So there are two parts of the statement. One is she wanted to steal the documents. The thing is, she didn't steal the documents because they're still in the drawer. It's still in the safe. The second part of this is she killed Cochin for the key, but she didn't take the key. Oh, okay, so here's what it's gonna be. I think I have to present this to say the key wasn't stolen, so that's wrong. And then she's gonna say like, well, maybe she didn't know it was a key because it was a knife. And then it's gonna be like, but the Yatagarasu knew that this was a knife because it was in the case from 7 years ago. And I think it's this.
Objection! Agent Sheena, I regret to inform you, but there is a flaw in your logic.
Oh?
Even if you claim that she is the killer and the Yatagarasu, I am certain that securing the smuggling documents is not the motive behind the murder. The key to the safe in this room was found on Mr. Cochin's body. Furthermore, the Yatagarasu would not be so stupid as to leave without the documents.
Why she smile like that? Why she smile like that when she's nervous?
By the simple fact that the documents were still in the safe when we looked, it's obvious that the killer's target was not the safe at all.
Hold it. Then perhaps she didn't know that Mr. Cochin had the key on him.
Objection! Don't smile at me like that. If that's the case, then why would she have needed to kill him? Because I can think of no reason for her to kill him if she had not known that fact.
Hold it. Need, reason, words? I don't understand what you're saying. All of this is simply our conjecturing after the fact. It's entirely possible that she accidentally killed him when she was sneaking in. She just had a knife pointed out and she accidentally walked into him. That's what happened. She like tripped over and accidentally stabbed him. Perhaps she didn't notice the safe second compartment before returning the key. What are you talking about? Wait, what?
Arg!
She accidentally killed him when she was sneaking in. She didn't notice the safe set. So, that's such a weird conjecture. Like, the second one makes sense. It's like, oh, she stole the key. Like, she killed him and then she stole the key. And then she didn't realize there was a second half of the safe. And then she put the key back. But, like, I don't know. It feels weird the way she's trying to explain away killing him. But the fact still remains that Mr. Cochin was stabbed to death.
Objection! Nuh-uh. But you have no definitive proof that it was Kay who committed the act.
Hold it. Actually, I do. I saw her holding the knife she used on the victim. God damn it.
What?
Allow me to tell you a bit more about the evidence that will put her away behind bars. God damn it. Every time, it's always like this. It's like, actually, I saw it. The knife wound on the body is consistent with the blade of the knife. The knife with the butterfly handle is the murder weapon which the killer was holding. I assume she obtained the knife from the display rack and used it on the victim. The knife is part of a special 3-piece set, which has a design like no other. The evidence and testimony, it all points to the girl. There is no counter-argument. I feel like I know where this is
Nerng! That is your definitive evidence?
You see now that she is definitely the killer, right? No, Mr. Edgeworth, you gotta believe! You gotta believe! Kick. Punch. I saw a sus person in a long black coat outside the embassy, I swear!
And you came in here because you were chasing this... sus person?
That's right! I ran into this office only because I was chasing after that person. But when I entered the room, it was pitch black. I couldn't see a thing. I felt something on the ground next to my foot, so I turned on the lights, but then... So the room was already on fire and finished burning before she entered the room. Ah!
Who's there?
Oh, hey. Of course she was right outside. That makes me feel like she's the murderer, but that could be a coincidence. It could just be an Ace Attorney contrivance where they need a witness. This is... I came to this room upon hearing the girl scream. And when I saw her holding the knife, I immediately restrained her.
So, the object Kay felt by her feet on the floor was the murder weapon?
I had the knife analyzed right away, but we failed to find anyone's prints on it. But the suspicious person in the black coat who came into this room before me... Hold it. You continue to insist there was such a person, but if there was, where did they go? Well, there is a big window over here. There's a window, like, in this room. Hold it. That sounds like the desperate excuses of a suspected killer, not a trustworthy testimony. You understand, don't you? We can't trust this girl's words, Mr. Edgeworth.
Gnark! She has a point. Even if Kay's words are the truth, I must show that I must show that they are with some solid evidence.
Mr. Edgeworth, I really didn't.
Kay, don't worry. If you didn't do it, then there must exist a way for me to prove that.
Hold it. Still not giving up, I see. In that case, block this overhead, Mr. Edgeworth. Hey-ya!
Counter move. I block and then dodge and then counter. Don't worry, I can block that overhead and use my anti-air attack.
Wait, were there any objectionable statements? This seems like a press. That seems like a press. When they have like very specific, oh, the knife with the butterfly handle is the murder weapon. Those seem like obvious press points. I assume she obtained the knife on the display rack and used it to kill the victim. As far as... This is also extremely specific. This might be a press them all. I might need to press multiple parts. Let's just start from the beginning.
Hold it. Does this mean that you already have the results back?
We have confirmed that the shape of the Bobbly's knife's blade matches the wound. Please don't confuse the efficiency of Interpol's forensics team with your own.
Objection! No, they're very, very good. Stop making fun of America. We are the best country in the world, and our police are very, very good at their job. This is the only time I will ever compliment the police. I won't if you don't underestimate our police force. And so we're clear, I'd hardly say your logic is sound, which you will see in a bit.
If you can prove me wrong, please, by all means, go ahead.
That has been my intention all along. Now, let us return to your testimony.
Press.
Hold it!
You mean to say that you saw Kay holding the murder weapon with your own eyes?
I was also on the search for the Yatagarasu. When I heard that girl's scream coming from this room, I rushed over straight away. When I arrived, I saw that girl standing there, motionless with the knife in her hands. But I already told you! I only came in here because I was after the Yatagarasu! The sus person I saw came into this room. But when I entered, it was pitch dark. I felt something with same thing.
You found out that it was the murder weapon at your feet.
How many times do I have to tell you? We can't trust the words of a suspect.
The only thing you'll accept is evidence, is it?
That's the only acceptable way to counter an overhead from an agent of Interpol on the scene of a crime. Mr. Edgeworth, do you have some kind of evidence that can be presented on a statement?
I think I do, because there is one piece of evidence I find a bit interesting. I think I need to carefully examine that piece of evidence again.
Is it what I think it is? Boop.
So,
I'm trying to see if the pattern on the knife blade means anything. It doesn't look like it. That doesn't tell me anything. I think... Oh, I guess I didn't inspect this.
there is a lot of skilled detailing on this handle. It would appear that the handle on this knife is removable.
Oh my god, finally. I was wondering why I didn't, get the option to remove it or anything before, because that was, one of the most important details, is that they said the handles on all the knives are removable. Because I feel like they probably removed the knife handle on, what was the other country again? It was a knife from the other place and then replaced it with one from Bobal to make it look like this was the scene of the crime, but I don't think it was.
I guess so people could change them whenever they feel like it. Sounds fun, sir. I don't think people would remove the handle just for fun, Detective.
Oh, I don't get to remove it. They don't give me the option to remove it. What? But that's obviously what it is, right? This isn't really telling me anything. No secret detail or something? Sushi knife from the display rack. Special 3-piece set, which has a design like no other. Is it that the knives on both of the 3-piece sets are the same? They also possess a set. They each also possess a set of 3 finely crafted knives. That doesn't technically tell me anything, right? That doesn't say anything specific about the knives. Because I feel like that's where this is going. Missing a knife from here. Could it be this? Because there's one knife missing. That's obviously this knife. I assume she obtained the knife from the display rack. Let's just press.
Hold it. I ask that you please refrain from speculation.
It's a sound hypothesis derived from the evidence. There's no room for debate.
Garg!
Hold it, Miles Edgeworth. I'm on her side now. I'm going to be on this side of the screen. Miles Edgeworth knows that an ungraceful loss will not be tolerated, my subordinate. Now, rebut her hypothesis with factual logic. Otherwise, what was your investigation for?
Yes, you are correct. Thank you.
Helping a subordinate out with advice is the job of any good superior.
She seems to be rather enjoying herself, but she is correct nonetheless. Agent Sheena, please continue.
This one.
Hold it. About the three-piece set, is there really no other like it?
Okay, I think this might be where I get information.
Let's ask Ambassador Paleno for more details, shall we?
Oh yeah, I guess you didn't see this before because he said he was a nice guy, but like this animation makes him look so sus. Like, look at how sus he looks. This is the most sus person on the scene.
The knives are indeed special. They have the butterfly, the symbol of the Republic of Babal, engraved on them. And because there are only 3 of them in the world, they are very, very valuable.
The national symbol, Well, the knives are covered in the butterfly design.
Along with the Alabastian set, our respective countries only have 3 knives each.
I see.
Are you satisfied now? If so, let's continue.
Let me see this again. Because we have the butterfly on the handle. I'm thinking of like the knife blade. That doesn't really tell me anything. I feel like, I mean, it's kind of a stretch given the description, but I think this is where it is.
Objection?
No.
This piece of evidence proves that there is a glaring flaw in your logic.
That piece of evidence and my testimony, actually, it proves the absence of a flaw in my logic and the presence of one in yours.
I was mistaken.
Okay, so that's why it was a stretch, because it was wrong. I think... Could I just present the knife?
Objecto?
No. I feel like they're like trying to push me towards talking about this knife, however... Knife is part of a special 3-piece set, which has a design like no other. I mean, I guess. I assume she obtained the knife from the display rack and used it on the victim. Wait, which was the one where Franziska said something? Someone said something, and then Edgeworth was like, I should look at the evidence again. I should look at that piece of evidence again. Knife with the butterfly handle is the murder weapon, which the killer was holding. Is it this one? There is one piece of evidence I find, it might just be whatever this statement is. Need to carefully examine that piece of evidence again. Could it also be this that I have to examine?
Ah! It's a key! It's a knife!
I don't think I have to examine this knife. I think it's still like about that other knife. It's about this knife. The knife with the butterfly handle is the murder weapon. Blade is the same as the wound. This doesn't tell me anything. Thing is, I know this is relevant. 3 finely crafted knives. Is it just this?
Objecto!
Oh, it is just that.
So, the murder weapon was the...
Because the problem is, like, with the statements that we have, and, like, so a lot of the time with Ace Attorney, some of the things come down to what does the evidence say in its description box? And, like, if it doesn't directly say something in the text that contradicts the text, usually you can't present it, but sometimes it feels like a stretch. Like, it feels like a stretch that is presented to that statement. I know they're both relevant and they're both related. My problem is, like, it seems hard to directly connect it based on the text. The knife with the butterfly handle is the murder weapon, which the killer was holding. Which... covered in the victim's blood, yeah. Like, this doesn't technically contradict it, but I know it's relevant. And I feel like I know where this is going. It just feels like a weird stretch to try and figure out what statement I'm presenting it on.
So the murder weapon was the knife with the butterfly design on it. But is that really the truth?
What are you getting at?
I'd like for you to take a look at this. There is blood on the blade, and yet there's not a speck of blood on the handle.
I noticed that before. The problem, here's the problem, is that it's like, that statement didn't feel like it would be correct with that objection. Like, I know that was a thing that is objectionable, but it doesn't feel like it objects that statement directly.
This signifies that at the time of the crime, a different handle was attached to this blade. The knife that Kay was holding had its handle switched and was in fact not the real murder weapon.
It wasn't the real murder weapon, she says, creepily smiling again.
This knife can be taken apart. Shall we give it a go?
Oh my god, it's a flower.
As you can see, the Bobbly's knife has now been disassembled into two parts. The killer must have pulled the murder weapon out of the victim's body and proceeded to swap the knife's original handle with this butterfly one. It was all to create the illusion that Mr. Cochin was killed with the butterfly-themed knife.
Just like case one.
This should clear up any and all suspicion surrounding Kay.
Bing. Your argument isn't airtight yet.
How so?
It's possible that the girl herself is the one who switched the handles.
Hold it! Why would she? That's so dumb. Don't be ridiculous. For what purpose would she do such a thing?
I don't care how a criminal thinks. I don't care. I can just make things up and say it's correct. The way they view the world is beyond the comprehension of a normal person like myself. Therefore, I wouldn't put anything past them, no matter how odd it may seem.
Objection! That's so dumb. You can't just say anything and say it's true. The truth is right there in front of you, and this knife will show you the way. You will come to see that Kay is not and could not have been Mr. Cochin's killer.
This is just that. This is just that it's from the other country, and that means it wasn't her because she didn't go into the other country. Oh, wait. Didn't she go into the other country? What is this mark on here?
It's the mark of a flower. I assume you know what this means?
No, not really. Butterfly. Wait, where are we? I forgot what part of the map they're on. Oh, yeah, okay. So what it was something was happening in the Alabastian embassy, and she ran into the embassy of Babal because she was gonna climb the wall to get to the other side, but she didn't do that. So now we're stuck on this side dealing with this murder, and we haven't seen the other side yet. Butterflies rest on flowers all the time to drink their sweet nectar.
That What are you talking about? That has nothing to do with the case. And so they do. However, would this butterfly really drink the nectar of this flower?
What are we even talking about? What is this metaphor? What's a metaphor?
The answer is clearly not a chance. Now to prove the relationship between the butterfly and the flower with this. Take that.
You can't be serious.
It appears that you've made the connection. The flower on this blade is designed after a certain country's national symbol. That's right, the Kingdom of Alabast. In other words, this blade is from one of Alabast's ornamental knives.
Wah!
This part of the knife handle has Babal's national symbol of the butterfly on it. Therefore, it is undeniably Babalese in origin. But as we both know, you can't kill someone with just a knife handle. I've tried. Incidentally, when exactly did the murder occur again, Agent Sheena?
After the fire had broken out.
That's right. Kay entered the Babalese embassy after the fire had taken place. Furthermore, she had not been to the Alabastian side of the building before then. On top of that, not a single person passed between the two countries during the fire. Which means that Kay could not have transported an Alabastian object over here. This makes it impossible for her to be the true killer.
Blah! She says silently.
Woo! Way to go, Mr. Edgeworth, sir! What a great victory! Huh? Hey, why is everyone so quiet? I'm happy we got this far and cleared Kay's name. But what worries me now is what will happen next.
Objection! Whenever I hear Franziska's objection voice line, it always sounds like she's not saying objection. It sounds like she's saying ejection, like with an A. Ejection.
What is the meaning of this? An Alabastian knife here?
Do you mean, how did this find its way to the Republic of Babal? It didn't just find its way over. Rather, we should focus on how it was smuggled over.
You know what? My brain hurts. End. My brain hurts. My brain hurts thinking about it while we're just standing around. Thinking while you're on the run? Now that's the way a real great thief operates.
Okay, stop talking about how you're a criminal.
Oh, thanks a bunch, Mr. Edgeworth. For proving me innocent, I mean. You believed in me the whole time, right? Tell me you did.
Not really. Not really, but...
Come on, you don't have to be so shy about it. Hold it. Your argument is still not airtight. We still have an hour to go. We have to keep arguing because this is the last case.
Would you care to elaborate?
I understand now that the girl didn't commit the murder. However, there is still the possibility that she is the Yatagarasu. That again? Look, how many times do I have to explain it to you? I'm the real Yatagarasu. I'm not like that fake one that goes around setting fires, okay? Whether you're the real deal or a fake, it doesn't really matter. All I have to say is this. I have many suspicions that this girl is the one who started the fire.
Objection! She didn't start the fire! Preposterous! On what grounds do you sus her of such a thing?
The fact that she calls herself the Yatagarasu, that in itself is the most elegant proof. Miss Sheena? Yes? I have no intention of taking back any of what I've said. I am the great thief Yatagarasu, and I refuse to allow some imposter to claim that name as their own.
The path of justice that my father pointed me towards. I will walk it the best I can.
It's not good to be so stubborn. I hope you can understand that.
Thanks a lot for the concern, Miss Sheena. Let me share something with you too, as a token of my appreciation. Those sunglasses totally do nothing for you, so I'll steal them from you next time. You are not serving. You are absolutely not dripped out in those sunglasses. Hell, I guess we better get going. Goodbye. Going to where? You're still under arrest, you know. To the kingdom of Alabas. If we don't go, we won't know for sure, right? I suppose not. We won't get anywhere simply by standing here thinking. To see where the Alabastian knife came from, we'll have to pay the Alabastian embassy a visit. Let's go, Miles Edgeworth. As you are my subordinate, I will not tolerate you bringing the investigation to a halt.
Understood. Fine. Stop hitting me. Stop hitting me with a whip.
Oh my god, we made it. To be continued.
Nice. That's the first part out of the way. That was like nothing. Oh yeah, it's Pi Day. It's March 14th. It's Pi Day. Holy. Oh yeah, I forgot. He has like a billion guys.
Count off. One.
What?
One. Shifu, 99 callouts, so all 99 members are most likely... We don't actually number them, we just get them all to say the number 1.
Do you think the joke there is that it's because they're like a wolf pack? Like he's a wolf guy, so he has his wolf pack, so they all say 1? Because it sounds like Wan, which is the Japanese onomatopoeia for a dog barking.
1.
Ha! Hey you! Yeah, you, the second number 1 from my right.
Sir, yes, sir.
Here, a birthday present for you.
What? That's so kind of you. Oh my gosh. I can't believe it. Shifu, I didn't know you knew all of our birthdays.
What?
What a kind heart you have. You are more of a man than we'll ever be, sir. It's not my birthday. I'm really sorry, but it's not my birthday.
It's always your birthday when you're on my team. Birthday presents for everyone! Long Ji says, a cub who disrespects others soon feels the disciplinary bite of an elder. That present isn't for you. It's for your younger brother's wife's younger brother. Tell him I said hi and happy birthday, won't you?
I'm not married. Or my younger brother is not married.
He's a younger brother's wife's younger brother.
He's not married. I'm an only child. Shifu, I can't believe you remember that much about each of us. Shifu, I'm so moved that I can't stop crying. We're also here. Wow, that was really dumb. I should probably leave them to their alone time.
All right, meeting's over. Everyone, head for your posts. Dismissed.
Sir!
Yo, were you guys there the whole time? I got a call from Sheena. She's already filled me in. Sounds like you're out to get in my way again.
I have absolutely no intention of ever interacting with you. Please leave me alone. I simply request that you grant me permission to investigate the Alabastian embassy.
And what if I say no?
Then you're going to be a big meanie and I'm going to tell the teacher on you.
Objection! Agent Lang, this man is my subordinate. As I have received permission from the ambassador, he is to be extended the same rights. Sorry, sis, but it's not that simple. Alabast has the strictest immigration regulations in the world. Or didn't you know? Even among my elite men, only about half of them were admitted into the country. Besides, any more cooks in the kitchen when we might spoil the soup, if you get what I mean. I haven't seen that YouTube video. What, there's a YouTube video? How dare you make such assumptions? Don't take this the wrong way, but I thought I was in charge of Alabast, Ms. Von Karma. Look, try to understand, okay? Things over in Alabast are a bit of a mess right now.
What do you mean by a bit of a mess?
No one told you? We had an incident in Alabast as well. This is what we call a decision based on the investigation, Mr. Prosecutor. Look, Wolfie, just let us in already.
Hold it.
Ooh? One sec. Oh, my nose is so duffy.
Who? Old man? Is there a problem here, Agent Lang? Not really. Just having a discussion about whether or not to let these guys in. Ambassador Alba, I ask that you please allow these people to join the investigation. Having a debate because of my country.
He looks like a tree. This man looks like he's made out of tree. Like, what is up with his nose? Ugh, I hate how flat it is on the end. This is Wispy Woods after a billion years.
I'm terribly sorry for placing you people in that kind of situation. It is all because I lacked the strength to govern well.
Please, it is nothing of the sort, Ambassador.
You weakling, Quirkus! Curse your frailty and inability to effect change in your country!
What are you?
The thing is, investigations conducted in my country have been under Agent Lang. And it is my judgment that in order to minimize the disruption in the investigation, I should leave everything up to Agent Lang. There, you see? Oh, no way!
Hold it. There's another character that just showed up.
Oh, the other guy. These two idiots.
Ambassador Alba, I ask you to please reconsider letting them into Alabast. What's that?
These two look like the same person from different points in their timeline. Like, I don't know, something about him makes him look like older, whatever this guy's name was again. Old Paleno, or he's young Alba. Also, wait, what did he say his name was? Quirkus? Oh, OMG, he's so quirky. He's so quirkus.
My very own secretary has been murdered in the Babalese embassy. And he was apparently caught up in some very shady dealings completely unbeknownst to me. So I ask for your cooperation in our investigation. These aren't much, but I hope they can cover your travel expenses to Babal someday. All right, I get it. Even if you beg Ambassador Alba, I still have to give the final okay anyway. All right, you hear that, Mr. Edgeworth? We're in! Not so fast, my little crow girl. You're still a witness in the Babal murder. So I'd like you to please stay in the Republic of Babal.
Detective Gumshoe, please take good care of Kay for me. Yes, sir.
Sounds good to me. The fewer troublemakers, the better.
Rasp. She's rasping. Oh no, is this she's blowing a raspberry? Gumshoe tries to do it and he's like,
I don't really know how to do this.
I'm so slow. Hey, Mr. Edgeworth?
yes.
So, I wanted to ask for a while now, but that lady over there, is she who I think she is?
Ah, that's right. I didn't introduce the two of you yet.
Franziska von Kama, the prosecutorial prodigy. It's nice to see you again.
Oh yeah, wait, aren't they supposed to be like almost the same age? Yeah, she's like 2 years older. That's crazy. It really feels like in the flashback, it feels like they drew Kay way younger than they did Franziska.
Oh, I knew it! You're the whip lady! You may address me as Ms. Von Karma. Miss Von Karma, I'll leave the investigation of Alabasta in your hands. Thanks. Rest assured, I will outsmart both the smuggling ring and the Atagarasu.
The smuggling ring, huh? Perhaps I should ask Franziska a bit more about them before I head into Alabast. Ah, and I mustn't forget to thank Ambassador Paleno for all that he has done for me.
I still think he's sus, and that's why he's trying to get us to go into the other place. Franziska, I want to talk to you.
You made so much progress in your investigation in such a short period of time. It's truly amazing.
Agent Hicks, whose help I had requested, was cut down before he completed his task. There's no room for further failure in my perfect investigation.
In spite of that, I believe you were able to obtain some insight into the ring, correct?
It was nothing. Oh, I'm so good, I'm so smart, and so pretty. It was nothing. I simply made some deductions based on the smuggled item I was following.
You mean the Bobbly's ink? But why are there restrictions on the export of Bobbly's ink to begin with?
That's classified. Stop asking me questions.
Whoa, you don't have to get so defensive.
That's classified Interpol.
Hold it! Franziska, as your subordinate, I'm part of your investigation now. Don't you think it would be beneficial if I was as well informed as you?
Point taken. Very well, I'll fill you in. Recently, we discovered some very well-made counterfeit bills circulating in Zhengfa.
Counterfeit bills?
Yes, as you may have deduced, the counterfeits are being made with Babal's special Bubbly's ink.
Oh my god, look at this! It says Bink.
As you know, the counterfeits were being made with Bink. And it's virtually impossible to distinguish bills made with Bink from the real ones. Thus, it was only natural for Interpol to keep an eye on the Republic of Babal.
That's where this document comes into play, correct?
Correct. Mr. Cochin was smuggling large amounts of Bink. Furthermore, he was charged with running the embassy's printing equipment. That's all the evidence I need to know that he was the head of the smuggling ring. However, there remains one tiny problem.
Let me guess, you still have yet to find the counterfeit bills or the smuggled Bink.
Yes, and while we're listing things, I might as well add the counterfeit plates to the pile. Since we haven't been able to locate any of these items in the Bubbly's embassy, we're looking into the Alabastian embassy next. It doesn't matter where they're hidden, mark my words, I will find them.
Bink! Made with Bink! They're in circulation in Zhengfa, it's hard to tell they're fake.
Bink! Ambassador Paleno, I am in your debt.
No, it's nothing. Because it's about all I can do for you, I'm afraid. I only ask that you please bring Manny's killer to justice.
I will, Ambassador, on my honor.
Wow, you're so sensational. You've really binked my curiosity. I know they aren't a match, but know that I'm giving them to you wholeheartedly.
Coupons. They're made with Bink.
No, stop that. Stop giving me things. My pockets are full. It's very annoying.
Oh, well, how about this then? This Bink. Would you like some Bink?
And what exactly is it?
It's fountain Bink. Known as Bink. It's made exclusively in Babal.
So this is Bink.
We made it from wheat crystal oil, which is mined through our mineral mines. Please accept this Bink. One to be your fountain pen in this, and you can write for hours in your organizer.
How fortunate for me. The Binkin by Ben is bus bappin boo bum bout. I gladly accept your gracious gift.
Bink! Great! Wonderful! I guaranteed you that riding with our Bink is an unforgettable experience. And since we don't export it, if you run out, you're always welcome to come and visit our fair nation.
Talk about cornering the customer along with the market. Well, now that we're done speaking to the two people I said to speak to, shall we get going? Hold it. What's you should have talked to me earlier. What's wrong, Kay?
I didn't get permission to enter Alabast. So we're going to gather whatever info we can over at the Bubbly side, okay?
All right, I'm counting on you two.
Right, and I'm counting on you and Ms. Von Karma to sniff out all clues in Alabast. Oh, and Mr. Edgeworth, if you happen to come across my phone, you let me know, okay? If you tell me, I'll rush on over straight away no matter where you are.
I'll let you know when the time comes.
Okay, so this doesn't look like it has... I'm not seeing butterflies on this statue. So it might be that both the statues are the same. Also, we have more knives. Wait, I can't tell. Is that covered in blood or not? It might just be like the gold texture. Also, this guy has a photo with the Steel Samurai. Also, the Steel Wait, what? So first of all, the Steel Samurai is here in the room. Second of all, this guy's here. So this guy is Mask Damask from case 2. No, case 2, case 3, case 2. From one of the cases in Ace Attorney 2. What are you doing here? Why did they bring him back?
What are you doing here? Whoa!
What do you think you're doing to my subordinate?
Oh, she killed him.
Sure.
What? No, not again. Oh my god, they're just bringing back all the characters. They're bringing back all the worst characters. Why would they bring Larry back? The worst person in the world.
Angie, oh, thank the heavens you're here.
I'm also doing another. I'm doing another Shaggy. So Larry. Oh, I guess some people don't know. Okay, so in Ace Attorney, the main series. Yeah, Larry for
Living like Larry.
This is Larry Butts, which is supposed to sound like Harry Butts. This is a guy from the main Ace Attorney series. He is the best friend of Phoenix Wright, and Edgeworth, weirdly. Like, the three of them went to elementary school together, in like 5th grade or something. And then they're friends for life. And Larry is like the worst person you've ever met. He is a womanizing creepazoid, and an absolute moron. Like, he is possibly one of the in a world where everybody in this game has 2 IQ, this man somehow manages to have 0.
I'm in a really, really big pickle, your lordship. And
why is he the Steel Samurai?
the raven, it appeared and poof, and then disappeared. Swoosh. And though I am the Steel Samurai, my sword, I'm so confused. I don't know what anything means anymore.
Who is this fruitcake? Why is this man acting so gay? Who is this fruitcake?
I'm Larry of the House of Butts, married man of Neo-Old Tokyo.
You can tell he's an awful person because he unironically uses the term milady.
Milady?
Ugh.
Now I remember. This person is one of your friends, isn't he, Miles?
Yes, frighteningly enough, he is.
Hey, what's up with that answer? Your best bud is in a bind, and you act like it's no big deal.
What sort of bind are we talking about here?
I hate his face. I hate the way they drew his face. He is like the worst character.
A sus kind. I accidentally became a suspect in a murder.
I see. That is quite the bind. Sucks to be you. Goodbye now.
Not the least bit surprised.
Yes, I pretty much expected this news. From the instant I saw this unlucky idiot face.
Disgusting. Ugh.
His name is Larry Butts. I've known him since grade school, and for as long as I've known him, he has been the world's largest source of trouble with the capital T.
Oh, do you have the voices spot on? Oh, thank you so much.
Hey, what kind of introduction is that? You're so mean, Edgy. If you're not careful, I might find your tiny number of friends go down by what?
That was uncalled for. Besides, wait, hold on. Larry, it was you?
Wait, oh god damn it. He's the one that gave Edgeworth the Steel Samurai autograph. This sucks. This is like Edgeworth's hero. Edgeworth's favorite TV show character portrayed by the worst person.
You're the one who wrote my Steel Samurai autograph?
Huh? Oh, you didn't notice earlier? I even winked at you through my headpiece.
You... What?
What's going on? And why are you beet red?
Sorry, but could you not speak to me right now?
He's disintegrating.
Hold it.
Hold it. Oh, sorry. Am I interrupting your comical yet melodramatic play?
It's a really good line.
Aha! So this is the incident you mentioned earlier.
Also, god damn it, I just realized we're gonna have to go through this entire thing. This is just like that interlude in the last case where we had to talk about how the judge was going pee. And we had to go through that entire mess just to get like 2 or 3 pieces of evidence. We're going to have to go through this entire side tangent where we prove that Larry didn't murder Mask to Mask just so we can get like 2 or 3 pieces of evidence.
Mr. Prosecutor, this man, this childhood friend of yours, is our prime suspect. Of what, you ask? Of the murder of a man who had snuck into this embassy. Mask Star Damask II?
There's a second one?
This is getting out of hand. Now there are 2 of them.
Mask Star Damask II?
Oh, he's actually dead. Wait, is he actually dead? I'm actually surprised this guy's dead. Also, yeah, I guess there's a second one.
Only Larry could get himself into yet another mess as fine as this. But no matter what the facts seem to say, Larry is not the type to commit murder. He's too stupid. This man is too stupid to commit murder. Still, it's a rather daunting stroke of misfortune I've struck. I have to prove that Larry Butts is innocent of all wrongdoing. Big sigh.
Shifu, we've identified the victim.
Good work. I'll take that report now.
Agent Lang, would you mind if I took a peek at it as well?
What did I tell you earlier, Mr. Prosecutor? Don't get in my way. There's only enough flesh here to feed one wolf, and that one
Are you going to eat the
I'm gonna eat this body raw.
You're not even... That's disgusting. Also, don't tamper with the evidence like that.
So no, you may not take a peek.
But Agent Lang...
Hold it.
Oh my god! He's still alive? Also, he's on this case?
Agent Lang, will you allow an investigator such as myself to take a look?
Ah, yes, of course. Yeah, you're cool, yeah. You're way cooler than that Edgeworth guy. You'll let the detective see the file. I love this guy's theme. I'm so glad he's back. The music in this game is awesome.
You're Detective Bad.
You're the prosecutor, Mr. Edgeworth, right?
Fancy meeting you here, Detective.
And he hasn't aged a single day. He's always been this old. Like, he turned 20 and he's always just been this old. How old is he now? He's 60 now? Oh, I guess it makes sense he would be here. If he's also after Callisto U.
You weren't expecting me. Ever since that day 7 years ago, I've chased after the Yatagarasu non-stop. I even pressured Interpol into keeping me in the loop in case a card was ever found.
What incredible dedication to the case.
Detective Bad knows the Yatagarasu's MO very well. And his passion for the chase hasn't died down in these 7 long years. It's something I can respect. But Detective Bad, I must ask, are you gonna make an ally out of this prosecutor?
My only goal is to arrest the Yatagarasu. If he can get to the bottom of this case, then I'm willing to share the info with him.
I am in your debt, Detective Bad.
Ah, badge.
Detective Bad, please look at my badge again. Urgh.
Sorry, but I don't give a hoot about things that aren't related to the Yatagarasu.
I don't have new dialogue for your badge. Huh. It looks like nothing about you has changed in these 7 years, huh?
Daughter of Von Karma, you're still just a sapling of a prosecutor. So...
I'll have you know that I've already grown into a stately tree of a prosecutor. I'm an adult. Stop treating me like a little baby. I'm 19 years old now. That's very old. Why are you're even older. Why are you so old? You shouldn't be here.
Is that right?
Is he just toying with Franziska? He seems to be enjoying this quite a bit. Tell me about the investigation. About the murder of Damask II, would you be willing to fill me in on a few of the details?
When the Yatagarasu showed up, Agent Lang and I took ourselves off guard duty and put ourselves in charge of directing things at this crime scene. Taking advantage of the chaos, Damask II, he broke into the embassy. Probably to steal some treasure or another.
And I suppose he lost his life when he was forced to fight someone else in this room.
Sus!
Whoops. Whoops. God damn it. No, I didn't mean to click that. This one.
Why exactly was that man placed under arrest, Detective?
That samurai.
He was born looking sus, but not for the reasons you sus. I assure you, as you can plainly see, he is completely stupid.
Well, it was just a random guess. It's not like he's actually. I don't know why we're still doing this. Can we just ignore this guy? I already don't like him. Tonight, here at the Alabastian Embassy, Ambassador Alba was to give a commemorative speech. And that's when the Yatagarasu showed up.
Oh, there it is. I'm curious. The head shape is like really weird. I'm trying to figure out how the silhouette is supposed to work. Is it supposed to be like a hat that looks like... I'm trying to figure out. If this is a raven, this is like the tail. Maybe it's like leaning over and this is the head. This is like the beak. Like this is their head, the person's head? I don't know. I don't really get the head shape. I don't know what these shapes are supposed to be.
Those seats for the guests who had been called to sit in them were empty.
A no-show? Who was it that failed to take their seat?
The Steel Samurai. Until the speech was to begin, each member of the entire Steel Samurai family was to wait in a separate room. However, for some weird reason, that man was spotted in a different location than his assigned room at that time.
And where was he?
Oh my god. Why is he Santa Claus right now? Also, I like how you can tell. I like how you can tell that the background of this building was like modeled in a 3D modeling program and they just traced over it here because of how like weirdly out of place this entire wall looks. I guess they just didn't want to copy, they didn't want to draw the same thing over and over again, so they just wanted to copy paste it. It's like weirdly, slightly differently shaded or something.
That chimney leads directly into this room.
Larry Butts, stop trying to be Santa! We already went through this in the first game! You've really outdone yourself this time. What were you thinking? In any case, I believe it's high time for me to start my investigation! Begin investigation!
Where do I start? Where do I start with this nonsense? Oh my god, there's so much. Tell me about the knife. I'm actually curious about the knives.
There are some...
What is this? He is a tree man. Remember when I said this guy looked like a tree? He has a tree of himself as a tree man. Why is Quercus Alba... First of all, why is his name Quercus Alba? Second of all, why is Quercus Alba a tree? Like, look at him. Okay, so look at the tree. Look at the Quercus Alba tree. Okay, we're gonna take a couple seconds to let it sink in. And then I'm gonna look at his profile. Oh, he doesn't really look as much like a tree man. When he's like sideways, he looks more like a tree man. I guess he kind of still does. It's so, why is he a tree man? I don't know what the pun is. I don't know what Quercus Alba is supposed to be.
There are some weapons on display on this wall.
Also, why would you have a tree of yourself?
A crossbow, and under that, a set of knives bearing a flower motif. They must be the counterparts to the Bobbly's knives, which means that the blades inside these scabbards should match the blade that was used to kill Mr. Cochin. I won't rest until it's but a nook and cranny.
Okay, first of all, tell me about this.
Knives adorned with flowers are on display here. I suss that these are the counterparts of the Bobbly's and the blades doesn't matter. What? One of the knives is missing its blade.
Oh, wait. Oh, that's weird. So this one's like missing a pedal on its symbol. And also, if the knife is, so this is obviously the knife from here because we figured that out before. The knife that was used to murder was from this location. However, if the knife is missing from here, that means we're actually still missing one knife. Because if there are 6 knives in total, there are 2 knives remaining at the other location, and they assume that one of them was the murder weapon, but it's not. And there are 2 knives over here with one of them missing, which means we're still missing 1 knife. And I don't know how we're going to find it.
One of the knives is missing its blade. Let's see if the 2 pieces, the knife and the handle, fit each other.
Yeah, obviously. They were all made to fit each other.
It would appear that they fit together quite well, almost seamlessly.
Then this means that an alabaster knife did find its way to Babal. But how?
Can I just deduce this right now? Can I just deduce that?
The condition of this here is related to this piece of evidence.
Okay. I was wondering if we could deduce that there's still a missing knife. Because if one of the 3 knives is missing here and one of the 3 knives is missing there, there are only 5 knives. Also, I didn't lose health from that, so I can just... I can just deduce anything. No, never mind. Okay, wait. I have another thing I want to try.
Eureka!
Nope. Okay, awesome. I love losing health. Tell me about this tree.
What is that plant? Why is there a creepy tree man here?
Franziska, can't you see that it's supposed to be a likeness of Ambassador Alba?
Miles Edgeworth, as a subordinate, you have a lot of nerve telling me what to think. I don't think it looks like a tree man. I think it looks like a little puppy dog. Yes, that's it. I look forward to a salary assessment next month.
You are deluding yourself if you think you have any control over that.
Is this the Steel Samurai Spear?
It's the Steel Samurai's primary weapon, the Samurai Spear.
Isn't it awesome? I totally fell for this thing. It's sleek and shiny, just like my art. It comes at you like whoosh. When you hold it, you just want to live life like bam.
You do well to watch what you say, Larry. Although it is just as Larry says, the spear is quite the symbol of valor. I think it's very cool and it does make you live life like bam. However, speaking of spears, aren't you supposed to use them by thrusting the point straight into your opponent? I'm not entirely convinced the spear is up to the task.
Is it because it's bent? Did he hit something with this spear and it bent it?
What's wrong, Edgy? You're just staring off into the distance. Oh, I get it. Tell you what, I'll tell the studio to make you one, okay? But this one's mine.
Did I say anything about wanting one? Maybe I can shut him up if I show him the piece of evidence that will point something off about this spear.
Is that what I'm deducing? Tell me about the statue.
I can spot absolutely no difference between this Primadou statue and Babal's.
Yeah, it doesn't look like it.
The statue's face looks a bit like...
Oh, the statue's face looks a bit like that costumed hero you like so very much. I only wonder why you dumb, stupid United States Americans have such an affinity for this ugly, stupid, idiot face.
The statue wasn't made by an American, you know. At least, I don't suppose so.
If it's anything like real life, it was made in China.
I know about the samurai spear because I am very smart. Eureka! Larry, about this spear.
Oh, are you feeling it? Bam!
I thought there was something strange about this spear. Tell me, Larry, is it just me, or is the spear a bit bent?
What? No way! It's exactly as it should be, yo!
I have here the autograph you wrote for me early. Also, don't say yo to me. You've never said yo in your life. Now, take a good look at this which you drew with your own hands. You can see that the spear is clearly of a different shape.
Ah!
What do you have to say to that?
I'm sorry! When I hold the spear in my hands, all of a sudden I feel super powerful. And then, during practice, I was spinning it around and around. And bam! It hit the wall!
Hold it!
Hold it! Johan, but this is an embassy!
But I've always been like that. Ever since I was a kid. One time, on an overnight field trip, I bought a fake sword and played with it late that night. I'm just a useless, hot-blooded man.
Larry, shut up. Larry, clarify that for me, will you?
Okay, so it was some field trip and I began to shadow fight with myself.
No, not that! I meant what you said earlier about spinning the spear and hitting the wall.
Oh, that! It's no biggie. It's not like I left a hole or anything.
That's not why I'm asking, Larry. The samurai spear is made of metal. I somehow doubt that a move as simple as spinning it around would cause it to bend.
It's also a prop, right? Like, there's no way they let this man carry around an actual real-life spear that kills people.
Man, Edgy, you're so naive.
What? Where did that come from?
Well, you keep calling it the samurai spear. But it's not real. You can't really fight someone with it. Because it's hollow. It's a prop, Edgeworth. Did you think the steel samurai was like a real dude? You could hit it against practically anything and it would bend.
Is that so?
Don't tell me you thought it was real. Oh, but don't take it the wrong way. I just think that part of your personality is cute.
I see. Your friendship truly is something special, Miles Edgeworth.
Larry said he thinks Edgeworth is cute, and Franziska's like, oh, I see. I understand your relationship now. I understand.
No, that is not my boyfriend. That's not friendship, it's utter humiliation.
Edgeworth just learned that the Steel Samurai isn't a real guy. I see. So we're gonna use that to prove that he didn't kill this guy. Also, let me look at the body.
So, this is the victim, Damask II.
What is it with this gaudy outfit? I don't remember this case. I wasn't in this game, was I?
Oh yeah, it was. I think I said this was the second game. It was actually the third game.
I wasn't in this game, so I never met this guy. I don't know anything about this case.
You don't know about the third game? A few months ago, this thief caused a lot of havoc on the populace.
So this thief is separate from the Yatagarasu?
I thought they were for a while, because their MO and targets were different. Damask likes high-value trinkets and jewels, and being gaudy is his signature. Gumshoe was in charge of that investigation, so he'd know more about Damask.
That's alright. I don't want to talk to Gumshoe. All I'd probably hear are tales of his failure anyway. I bet he didn't do very well in that case. I think he's a big dummy.
Huh. You haven't changed a bit, I see.
In any case, let's get started here, shall we? I won't rest until I've inspected every suspicious-looking nook and cranny.
Actually, what time is it? Yeah, okay. Let's keep going.
What is he holding? It looks like a piece of paper from a notepad. It would appear that directions on how to reach this room were written by hand.
I wish we had like an inside. So we're on the left side. I assume this is at the very end. This doesn't really tell me anything. 5th floor, ambassador's office. He was after the statue.
There's something written on the back as well.
I'd like you to steal the Primedu statue in this room. Oh my god, it's exactly like Mask the Mask. Mask the Mask was being blackmailed to steal things. What is that supposed to mean? Who writes a note to themselves like that?
If I had to guess from the text, it would say that this is actually a request from someone about what to steal. Just who is the person that requested the theft of the Primedu statue?
There's not a single shred of fashion. He's so ugly. Why is he wearing that?
Well, at least I can appreciate the great effort he must have put into making it.
You two don't know? You can buy this costume almost anywhere now.
It's being so... Since when?
Since around the 3rd game. The streets are practically flooded with them. Turns out, Damask is a lot more popular than I thought he'd be.
I can't believe that foolish fool. We're dressed in a fool's clothing and act foolishly.
We got your point about 3 foolishes back, Franziska.
Tell me about the guy.
I thought that Damask had quit the business.
This guy, he's just a copycat using the name. A phony successor. He's just another petty thief. His real identity is an out-of-work guy by the name of
Kashino? Casino? Is that the pun? Casino? Kashino.
Dojo, casino, it's all in the mind. He's 29 and wanted on larceny charges. From his clothes and what he was carrying, we determined that this guy is the real Damask too.
The cause of death appears to be the loss of blood from the back of his head. It seems he was struck with something very hard. In other words, he was bludgeoned to death.
Sword.
So this is the murder weapon. So this is the murder weapon in this case.
There's blood on the blade. It's a rather sweeping sword, isn't it?
What did you suspect? It's Steel Samurai Daddy's secondary weapon. I only call it his secondary because although he uses his sword in most of his battles, it's his trusty
He's weaving out. Guys, he's weaving out.
It's his trusty samurai spear that he turns to in a real fight.
You should know quite a bit about the Steel Samurai.
That's only because I saw the stage show earlier. I've never seen this man in my life. I don't know anything about it. The owner of this sword is the Steel Samurai. Or in other words, Larry. I should probably ask him about it, as detrimental as it is to proving him innocent.
Awesome. I think that's it, right? What is this? I suppose this was the wrapping cloth Damask II used to carry his stolen goods. But there's nothing wrapped in it now. I guess he never did manage to get his hands on whatever he was out to steal. Oh, that's it. Okay, I think that's actually probably a really good place to leave it. Oh my god, I cannot. This case is already getting absurd. Like it was already set up to be dumb with the entire 2 embassies thing, and I'm still waiting for extraterritorial rights to come into play. But now we have this entire sub-segment with just Larry doing the Steel Samurai. How do you say that thing at the end of this every stream? It's Oyasu Moriarty. Because it's Oyasumi. In Oyasumi Nasai is Japanese for it's sort of like have a good rest or something.
You say it like after a work day. Oyasuminasai. It's a polite thing you say when you're at the end of the workday, when you're like saying goodbye to a coworker or something. Or I guess you could also say it to someone when you're leaving school. It's like, have a good rest. Have a good rest of your day. Good. I don't want to say like good evening, but like good night or something like that. But yeah, that's gonna be the end of today's stream. Which means I'm gonna say the thing soon. I'm gonna say the thing in 2 seconds. But next week, I guess it's just next week. Next week is gonna be more Ace Attorney. I'm basically just gonna be streaming Ace Attorney until I take my little Christmas break, which is probably gonna be in 2 weeks. Hopefully I can finish the game before then. I want to finish this case before Christmas. That's my goal. But yeah, thank you so much for coming. We're making a lot of progress. This case is interesting so far. We haven't like gotten to the real meat of the case yet. Usually it's like backloaded for the last case. The last case is usually backloaded for everything to come out after the second half of the case. But yeah, thank you so much for coming. I will see you all next time, and as always, Oyasu Moriarty. Good night. Boop, 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 boop.